usually the the approach, knowing how I work and my rehab return to play and all that is pretty generous in terms of the restriction or the window I want to hit with minutes and keeping a big picture perspective. But to play 32, pretty intense down the stretch. I felt like I got stronger as the game goes on. And that's always a testament to our performance staff, my guys I work with, and then obviously my discipline. Just try to approach it the right way that I can safely, play that much and that hard and still feel good. Obviously, not the outcome we wanted. I think Coach talked about it a little bit after the game in terms of the way that our roster is constructed, the amount of guys that you can throw in there on a night-to-night basis, the way our guys have been playing over the last 5 games and the stretch that we had at home. It's a tough transition for everybody. With me and Andre coming back and guys just trying to find their rhythm or keep their rhythm, keep their confidence and all that. That's our challenge as a team. We have to maintain trust in each other as we do that because we're all, aiming for the same goal to win the highest level, and understand that everybody has to be a part of that. And it's not just about me coming back. It's not just about what Andre can bring. We're trying to lift everybody up together because we need everybody to win. This was a tough night on that front, but got to stay optimistic about where we're headed. We played solid for stretches of the game that gave us a chance to win. You said what? Our team? Yeah.
Feel like you were stepping into that and you feel good that teams wrapping up with playoff basketball.
Yeah, especially on the road. I felt it and felt great. I missed it a lot. Brings the best out of you. And like I said, as the game gets deeper into it, you try to meet that intensity and that energy and that level, mentally and physically. And it felt great to get thrown back in there, right away. So it was a little sluggish in terms of like the sharpness of your skill set early, and then you start to feel the speed of the game. And like I said, if I get better as the game goes on, that's always a great sign for me individually, and then our team. Even though we lost, there were some bright spots for sure. So felt great.
Over the past, since we've been out and playing tonight, just where have you seen the team grow, and where did you feel that tonight compared to the last time?
Just our overall defensive intensity and then our mindfulness on the offensive end of how we're trying to get shots. I know we shoot a lot of threes, but I think tonight for the most part, we have really, really good ones. Even when it gets down, the last 6 minutes of the game, I don't mind any of those shots. I think sometimes we talk about like hero ball or, unnecessary threes, but all of them were really good looks. Didn't make them, or made some, didn't make the last 2. And then AD, played amazing tonight, which was tough to keep going back and forth. But defensively, and our road splits have been trash all year in all categories. So just trying to correct that as much as possible is our challenge. First quarter, we were down 20, and to fight our way back shows you how much it matters to us to try to get over the hump on the road. We just got to have a better start.
It's the same thing last year, like you're hurt, I think, toward the end of the year. You get back in time to play. And is there enough time for the team to gel around you? Does it feel like any similarities from last year in that sense?
Yes and no. Yes, in terms of the time frame we have to put it all together. The biggest difference is we didn't start out 18-2. So we have to, we're still in 5th, even though we lost. I have an outside shot of trying to get home court advantage, but the biggest goal, it's weird to say it as like we're trying to win championships, but we're also trying to stay out the play-in too. So both can be true just based on what our challenge has been this year. And like I said, in terms of the rotations and the amount of guys that have played well this year that deserve opportunity, It's a fine balance between staying ready, knowing when your minutes are going to be, knowing who you're going to be out there with, and finding the right combinations to finish the season strong so that whoever we, potentially play in the playoffs, we know what our identity is. And that's the challenge over the last 17 games, whatever it is.
Steph, given that, how would you compare how you managed the group for this regular season's ups and downs versus last regular season's ups and downs?
It's the same way you approach everything, with the right intentions, communicate, hold each other accountable. Like I said, it's just different challenges because we've been, I was out for 4 weeks before, and 4 weeks this last time. Andre is she's been chomping at the bit to try to get out there and play. The shorthanded guys, the way we've been shorthanded for a long time, these guys have been stepping up and playing at an extremely high level to give us even, a little bit of life to be where we are in the standings and all that. So there's just a lot that we're trying to deal with, and still, again, stay optimistic about where we're headed, because until we get beat, like we still feel like we're, tough matchup for anybody. And that's the confidence we have to have down the stretch and head to the postseason.
In the fourth quarter, there was a situation where Austin Reeves blocked your layup, and then you hit a 3 right away response. Could you just talk about that play and what was going through your mind?
Just playing basketball. You get your shot blocked every once in a while. And, try to find ways to impact the game and not let whatever happened before impact what's going to happen next. Next play mentality.
This is kind of, you had a pretty bad injury. How sure you were rehab to get back?
It was just more the mental aspect of it, of not really knowing what the next day was going to feel like and staying patient through that. Rick Celebrini helped me a lot in that respect to understand what I was dealing with, the patience of how to stay in shape, but also not put the ligament in jeopardy of having any setbacks or anything like that. And just trusting him and his staff to know what the right cadence was to get back out there on the floor. And then this last week, give myself enough freedom to go hard enough where I get back in shape as fast as possible and get my skill set as sharp as possible. So I've had some interesting ones this year, but thankfully it's been a defined window of time where I'll be out and full steam ahead to know when I am clear to play that I'm healthy.
The jump over. Just how did your shot feel?
Oh, great. Missed the first 2 wide open ones, and then saw one go in, felt good. Had some desperation ones down the stretch, but I felt great. Felt like I was in rhythm for the most part, seeing the floor really well. Like I said, I missed it a lot, and hopefully continue to get better.